In this video, I'm gonna be telling you about a time that I robbed my mans. Cause at the time, I was a man with a plan to let it blend. My man's name will be Jerry. There was a day where I was chilling in my car, doing regular things that I usually do, and there was a woman across the street, and that woman was blessed in a way that, at the time I was like, God damn. That only means that she had really big assets in her account. Now, as I'm viewing her in the street, waiting at a red light, there's a couple of cars that are ahead of me. And at this moment, I was kind of like hypnotized by what I was seeing. As my full focus is on this woman and her assets, I see from the corner of my eye that the light turned green. 5 seconds go by, maybe 10 seconds go by. I'm still fixated on this woman's assets and me not really being aware of what's really going on. 10 seconds go by, I'm just like, hey, these cars should be further along. With that thought in mind, the cars in front of me are still there. But being that I'm over here just looking, I hit the gas without looking what's in front of me. And I crashed in the back of this guy's truck. Now I'm looking in shame, like, damn, like, I'm over there looking at this girl's assets and not paying attention to what's in front of me, hypnotized by just whatever's going on. That whatever my mind was fixated on, I'm hypnotized by it. I hit this guy's car. His truck is perfect. My hood is bent up. And when I look at his car, he has no scratches or nothing. And I'm just sitting there, holding my hand on the wheel, looking into deep space. Now I am fixated with frustration, looking into the nothingness. Me feeling embarrassed at the moment too, because the girl is right there and she just knew I was looking at her and that I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I ended up crashing because of my fixation of her in that moment. The guy gets out, he inspects his car, he realizes that, look, ain't nothing wrong with his car, and he was like, look, you want to go down with insurance? You want to put your insurance down? He knew it wasn't his fault, but he didn't need money from me because nothing was wrong with his car. I was angry. And in that moment of just frustration and anger, I said, look, somebody's gonna have to pay for this. And in that moment of time, I know who exactly was gonna pay for this. A month prior to this situation, I already had crashed my car. I did an insurance scan where I just added full insurance to my liability, and I waited maybe 5 days, and I said, look, my car was hit while it was parked on the street. The insurance gets my car fixed. Then a month later, this situation happens to me. Now my car is messed up. I start driving the back blocks so nobody see me, down, and like my car fucked up because my car is all around the hood, and I didn't want nobody to see me in that situation. To get to my crib, I went all around the world just to avoid people's eyes seeing me in a fucked up position. I get to the crib, I start plotting on what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit Jerry up, and me and Jerry's relationship is stemming from somebody that I already know. I didn't really have a rapport like that, but I used my friend's relationship to get closer to him as far as like doing business, and I already did business with him. And how I felt at the time was that, look, I'm in the trenches, I already put in the work, the whole neighborhood knows me and knows what I'm about, so I didn't feel that anybody that was not in the neighborhood should make money, and everybody felt that about me. So I had to go through certain things for the neighborhood, for the hood to realize that, look, all right, he's gonna go all in for what he wants and what he wants to do and how he wants to live his life. And that's where the respect was built for me to operate my business. Basically, this dude Jerry had a connect, but he didn't have the respect. How I was feeling at the moment was that if I ain't getting the best price, then you can't make money out here, my friend. Or being that I didn't see that he would go to that extent to defend himself from these type of situations that happen. It's like, listen, man, I always had in the back of my mind, like, I'm gonna get this dude. I text him, I said, look, man, I need two of them things. And for a person like me who was not a robber, I was a dude that was on the route all day getting money. You've seen it in every type of way, whether it was jewelry, cars. I wasn't giving off the vibes that I was gonna rob anybody because that was the truth. I wasn't robbing anybody. It just came to a point in a situation where I said, yo, I'm gonna use my abilities that I always knew I had to get it another way. Even though he trusted me, I wanted him to feel even more trusted. So what I did was I hit my mans up. I said, yo, come with me because I'm about to go see Jerry. And my mans came through. I even called my little mans up like, listen, man, come with me too. I knew that I wanted him to feel real comfortable. I didn't let my little mans know, or I didn't let my mans know. I was really on some like secret operative. Nobody knows what's about to go down. A couple of days go by. He had to do a couple of other things. I waited a couple of days to make this happen. And the whole time we communicating, I'm not applying no pressure. It's just like, all right, do what you gotta do. We set up a time. I let my mans know, look, come through. I let my little mans come through. It's just about to be some regular shit. In everybody's mind, it's like nobody's thinking I'm about to rob this dude. Like I planned it. Jerry was all comfortable because it was all familiar faces. Everybody's chilling. Before I bought it, I said, let my man smoke some so I can know what I'm about to spend. I'm about to spend like, you know, $4,000 right now. I don't want to get caught with some bullshit. That's what I told him. He smokes the stuff. My man's telling me, yo, this shit is fire, this shit is gas. And now it comes to the point where it's the transaction. Me not being aware, I'm about to cross the threshold from being a get money nigga to a robber. That's when I pulled the gun out. I said, listen, man, you know what it is? Just give it up. He gave it up. Two of them things on the floor. As I planned, I sell what I needed to get my car fixed, and I even came off with a little bit extra. Behind the scenes of what really went down was I already had $5,000 saved up. I could have got it fixed when it happened, but in my mind, I said, look, I need $5,000 saved up in case I needed any bail. Spending that last $5,000 was not an option. When you rob people, or if you steal, or if you manipulate anybody to get money in any type of way, behind the scenes, metaphysically, you are telling the world, you are telling the universe that I am not able to make money, but I am able to take money. So when you look at people that rob, that's all they do. They take money because they're subconsciously telling themselves and the world is working to give you whatever you want in life. That's why when you see people that rob, they rob all the time. They're not able to make money is because that's what they put out there in the universe. What I put out there in the universe is that, look, I'm not getting money no more. I'm robbing people. When I look back at it, I can see how my consciousness was speaking to me. It was like, look, I see these dudes that rob dudes all the time. They still out here. What I was seeing was that they still out here and they not dead. They probably went to jail. But I'm just like, yo, I see these dudes, I could do that. But I wasn't seeing the lifestyle that they lived, that their lifestyle was not what I wanted. All I seen was that I could rob somebody. All I knew was that I could rob somebody is easy. And if this dude is still out here, then I can rob a couple of people or rob this one dude and just, get away with it. And I did get away with it. But that's when the thing about karma sets in. I feel like karma is whatever you put out there is going to come back. What energy you put out there is going to come back 10 times on you. And also watch the seeds that you grow, the seeds that you grow within your consciousness. I always told myself, look, if I need to rob somebody, I'm going to do just that. If I'm ever down to my last, I'm going to do just that. And I planted that seed in my mind a long time ago. When you plant your seeds in your consciousness, these seeds grow and they're just waiting for a time to manifest. They waiting for a time to let it show up in your life. Situations showed up in my life for where that seed can blossom. That $5,000 that I didn't want to spend because I said, listen, I'm going to use this $5,000 if I ever need bail. That $5,000 is what I use for bail. I went to jail and I used that same $5,000 that I just called for. I put it out there like this is what I need it for, and that's what I used it for. And if you really think about the situation, you should think real clear and say to yourself, like, what am I saying to myself? What am I bringing into my life? What is the things that I am bringing into existence? With those situations, I can definitely see clear that we bring upon ourselves the things that we put in our mind. Make sure you only putting out goodness in your life. Make sure the energy you giving forth is the energy that you want to receive. Make sure the thoughts that you putting in your mind is what you want to manifest in your life. Destroyed relationships. I destroyed the trust that I took years to build to acquire something that I already had. I could have paid for the car, but being with the consciousness that I had, I just felt like I can just orchestrate some shit that would leave me, in a more above the situation rather than below. And I put the money above everything, and it led me to a point where I was in a situation where I wasn't gonna be able to receive no money because now I'm in jail, and that $5,000 that I was holding on so dearly and saying fuck these relationships and fuck this person and fuck what they got or anything like that. I just didn't care about that. I just cared about what I wanted, and I put that energy out there. And now that energy had to come back to the sender. I hope that you got something from this video. Watch what you put in your mind, because that same seed that you put in your mind is waiting for a day to manifest. If you putting good things in your mind, just know that this thing is in your life, in your consciousness, and it's waiting to manifest. And it has to manifest because it has to grow. You put it there. Don't put these messed up thoughts in your mind, because you will be in messed up situations.